If you are logging in to MyTeam today, this is what matters. Let's jump right into it. As usual, we have our daily challenges. These are easy. This is free MT 5,000 if you do all three. Today's single player, so you get to grind some offline, and that's going to go right in hand with one of the next challenges that we talk about. So take care of your dailies. Your other daily chore or task, I should say, is these exhibitions. It's not the most fun thing to do, but always go in here and just put your random cards in here. Looks like this amethyst game on is a bit glitched and it's taking any amethyst, so take advantage of that. Don't tell 2K. Let them, they fix all the other stuff. They can let that one slide. So yeah, come through here. It's a bit tedious, but go ahead and do all of your exhibitions. Now that we got our exhibitions done, let's jump into some of the weekly challenges. We got something cool. This right here. You can get a free Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Vassell. Even if you've been playing this game for a while, these are good cards to get, either for collection, if you're trying to lock cards in to get that bonus MT, or just in future if there's ever challenges that require a certain number of players from a certain specific team. These are the kind of cards that really help fill out your collection, and I really like to highlight, at the end of the day, this is a card collecting game. So I like to have fun by building my card collection. Even if they're not the best card out there, I still want to collect as many cards as I can. I like Pokemon and Magic, the Gathering. I've always played games like that. So for me to have some fun and immersion in this game, I like to think of this as a true card collecting game. And no, I might not use these cards if I play King of the Court or Go Park online, but I might use them in Salary Cap, or if I'm messing around with my friends playing, just random friendly games. It's always cool to have a fun card. And this Karl Anthony Towns will help a lot of new accounts. This is a 7-foot big. He can shoot the three. His defense isn't amazing, but anytime you have a stretch big that can play a little defense and rebound, he's going to be valuable. And same with that Devin Vassell. He's 6'5" at the shooting guard position. We can dive into some stats in a separate video, but I would say knock these out regardless, because it's two decent cards that you can add to your collection. And it's the world's easiest challenge. You'll do it without even trying. Play 25 games. You have plenty of time to do it. So just have this in the back burner, keep playing the game, and you're gonna get 2 free new diamonds. That's a W from 2K, in my opinion. Along with that, it is Tuesday, so that means we got new wild gems and new wild gem challenges. These are also really easy, particularly this week. Sometimes they're not as easy as this one is. It's all in breakout. Get 15 threes, points and assists. 10 points and 3 assists in a breakout game. You can do this very easily. Go into breakout, set it on rookie if you want. You could probably do this in a couple games. 10, how many is this? 15. So that's going to take at least 2 to 3 games. But yeah, it's in 2 or 3 games you can get all these free wild gems, and keep stockpiling your wild gems. These are untradeable, but do not lock your wild gems in. In past video, we went through inventory management. You can lock a lot of cards in if they're not going to be eligible for an exchange. Don't lock your wild gems cards in. These will be available for exchanges. I think more and more wild gems exchanges will be happening all year long. I don't think it's just a season 1 through 3 type thing. I think we will have wild gems all year long. So having wild gems in your collection is always a good thing. Do these free challenges. You have 7 days to do it, so plenty of time. That's another W from 2K, just giving us some free wild gem cards that we can grind. With the wild gem Tuesday drop, that means the exchange has been updated. Overall, good news for me, good news for the whole community in my opinion. We didn't know how many wild gem exchanges they would be doing this season. Obviously they did a ton last season and some really good cards, so I'm kind of hoping they pick it up a little bit this season, because we've technically only had 1 card put in. The rest have just been exchanges. This one's been here for a while. It's impacted the market of wild gems pretty heavily. Now a new one dropped today. It's a 97 plus equal chance pack. There's going to be some really good cards in here, and there'll be a separate video coming out going over the new wild gems today. We'll review them a bit in this video, but I'll do a deep dive in a separate video coming out today. For 3 pink diamonds or higher, you can get a 97 plus wild gems equal chance. Now, if you've invested in pink diamonds, you might be able to do this for 300,000, because for a long time, many pink diamonds were going for about 100 to 110,000. So if you have 3 pink diamonds in your collection and you want to take a chance, it's not the worst value. I think that's kind of fun. It's an untradeable card, so you won't get that 300k back, but you could get a really good Galaxy Opal. Depends on what your account stance is in. For me, I won't be doing it. I did have 2 pink diamonds saved, and I put them on the auction house because the pink diamond price will go up, and we're gonna do an auction house review here. But just something to keep in mind, if you're stashing pink diamonds, this is probably a pretty good time to sell. This exchange will absolutely spike the market on the pink diamond wild gems. But if you look, it's not wild gem required. So if there's cheaper pink diamonds out there, you may be able to add them. Looks like it's NBA only because I do have a pink diamond that I didn't lock in, and it says pink diamond higher, shooting guard or point guard. Now look at this. Why don't we just check this real quick, because this is a learning opportunity for us all. I have her. She's a shooting guard small forward pink diamond. Now she's WNBA. Oh, not select game changer. If I want to add to the exchange, it won't let me. It's very interesting. So I don't know if it's only WNBA or NBA player pink diamonds, and it doesn't say that in the exchange itself. I don't see it specifying, but it also doesn't specify that they need to be wild gems. So something to think about. Maybe we'll get an update from 2K on that. But I do know for the most part, the cheapest pink diamonds that were sitting around 100K bid were mostly all wild gems. So if you're sitting on pink diamonds, they're likely wild gems either way. But looking for some clarification on if they need to be wild gems, do they need to be NBA players? I'm a little curious why my pink diamond that's not locked in is not eligible for this exchange. Because it would be a W if we could put WNBA players in this thing and get a Galaxy Opal card out of it. My guess is that it's NBA players only, regardless if they're wild gem or not. So if you have some pink diamonds that in your collection that you didn't lock in, you could absolutely put them towards this, and it wouldn't be a bad use if it's a pink diamond you're not using. It's something to monitor. This is a fun exchange, more good content. I like it overall for sure. Now let's take a look at a tab that we have not reviewed on this channel yet, and that is the pack market. I'm pro money spent, which means I only buy the Pro Pass. I'd love to say I'm no money spent, but I buy the Pro Pass every season. Other than that, I do not spend money on VC or packs. The VC you see up in the top corner is from the Pro Pass and from playing a little bit of my career with my friends. So by no means am I anti putting money in this game. I totally get it. Look, if you work and you have a disposable income, and instead of grinding the game, you'd rather come in here and just buy a few packs. Time versus money, they're around the same thing. Time is money. So if you don't have time to play the game, but you're comfortable putting $20 in, I'm not here to judge. For me, and I talked about this on the podcast, and there will be another podcast coming here in the coming days. For me, it takes away a little bit of the fun, because once I put money in the game, I kind of feel like I'm chasing, and it just takes away a little bit of the authenticity for me. So I like being just pro money spent, but being aware of what's in the pack market either way is really good, because it impacts prices of cards. And we're going to segue straight into the auction house from this segment. But when you see something like this Wild Gem Super Pack, you want to come over to it and you want to hit Y or triangle if you're on Xbox and see what cards are in here. Because it's not only the new cards like Gordon Hayward, but they re-release the Galaxy Opals from last week, and they're re-releasing some pink diamonds like Magic Johnson, Victor Wembanyama, which is nice because there's not many of him in the auction house, Ron Artest, Drew Holiday. So what does this mean for us? This means that these prices may be impacted. These were cards that were out of packs that are now back in packs. So if you were thinking about picking up a Ron Artest, today's not a bad day, because there's new Ron Artests being introduced into the market. And this is the type of awareness that we want to think about when we're coming into the pack market. How will the new packs price the market? Same thing for when Frostbite. You come in here and say, okay, cool, they're dropping some new Frostbite cards. Like, what's Kareem gonna do to the center market? What's this D Wade gonna do to the point guard market? Sometimes it's not a lot. D Wade wasn't super meta, he's a little bit shorter. Did he affect the Josh Giddey price that much? Probably not. That's important to me because I'm sitting on a Josh Giddey that's tradable, so I'll probably want to sell him eventually while his price is still high. So that's the mindset. I'm not going to come in here and tell you this is exactly what's going to happen from this drop, but more I'm promoting you to think about every time there's new cards coming into the game, what kind of impact is that going to have on the cards that I have, and what kind of impact is that going to have on my strategy in the auction house. For today, I'm thinking about how there's some new wild gems being dropped, and I'm thinking about how that exchange is going to be eating up a lot of pink diamonds. So naturally, pink diamond prices are going to go up, besides the ones that are being re-released. So always a good idea to come in here and just see what's going on. One pack we do want to talk about is this chain pack. And if you just go to the pack market and scroll over a couple, you'll see it here. I've already redeemed 2 of them, so there's technically 3 free chain packs. You might as well do the free ones. I don't recommend going up and start doing the ones that charge VC. I'll take that's a free 800 MT essentially. So I did the free ones. I'm not going to pay 999 VC for a 1 bounce pack. And then, I would unlock a couple free new ones, like a gold shoe card. Definitely do the free ones in the beginning. I would stop here at 999. I wouldn't recommend getting a posterizer for 4,000, but something to be aware of. This could be some of the better value if you were going to spend VC, and you could get a 92 plus bounce player who realistically might not be the best. I mean, you can always come in here, and this is where I just recommend being really comfortable with the different filters and where you can see what cards are where, and that's in my collection. And you can come and look at cards you don't have. So you can see I'm over here in the bounce set. And I would just look like, what are the 92 plus bounce players? Realistically, you're not getting a pink diamond. They're probably, that pack, it says 92 plus, but it's really more implying that it's going to be a 94. You're not going to get the 96. So you could get one of these 5 cards. Wouldn't be surprised if it was heavily weighted for Rakea Jackson because she's WNBA. So if there's one of these 4 cards you're really chasing, you could consider spending the 900 or the 9,000 VC. But honestly, it might be easier just to go in the auction house and pick up the card, though it does kind of look like not many of these are actually up for auction right now. So really it depends on your strategy. Maybe you could get kind of a rare bounce card if you did want to spend it. I mean, Roy Hibbert is going for quite a bit. I think this card's a bit overpriced. He's really not that good. When you look at his stats, can't really shoot the 3 at 70. He kind of can. So if you really want one of these 4 cards, that chain pack may be, or one of those 5 cards, that may be a good option, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rakea Jackson's flying out of that pack really fast. I would recommend saving the VC and finding a different strategy to get one of these cards. Okay, let's check out the auction house. So first thing you'll notice, I listed my 2 pink diamonds. I bought 2 a while ago for both 100K each. And my mindset was, I do believe there's going to be more exchange coming. And I saw what happened to the Amethyst Wild Gems. So the higher tier Wild Gems at some point should follow that pattern. I mostly invested in Diamond Wild Gems, which have performed well because of the 95 plus Wild Gem exchange, which requires 3 Diamond Wild Gems. And that boosted their price from 20, and they're still sitting at about 35,000, and they're sitting pretty solid there. But I'm still holding because I think more cards are coming to that Wild Gem exchange that will require diamonds. We'll see. I'm monitoring that, and there could be a day where I decide to sell all my cards at 35 and just take that profit. But the 2 pink diamonds, I'm willing to move today, simply because that exchange, the new 97 plus exchange, just requires 3 specific pink diamonds. It's very specific to that color, and it should have a large impact on this market. And I kind of want to jump on it quick. I want to be one of the first guys to have the cards up there. There's a chance they kind of tank after a little bit. Maybe if that pack isn't producing that good of cards, there's also a chance they go up. But I've been sitting on these for a bit. Let's monitor this. I'm expecting them to go up a bit higher than 100K. Let's see if we can see. Right now, the cheapest one's 300, but he's kind of, that's not your base pink diamond, so to speak. One of your cheaper Wild Gems that was going for 100 would be like this Earl Monroe, and he's already up to 150. So if you got any pink diamond at around 100, you should be making a decent amount of profit today. I would probably recommend just go ahead and sell, but it even couldn't be a bad strategy to hold a bit longer, because if they drop an even better exchange, or if they start dropping really good cards in that exchange, like the Shea and the Embiid, which they did in seasons past, these cards could go up even more. So I think Wild Gems are in a really good spot. If you're sitting on some, today could be a good day to sell, but you could also sit a little bit longer because more exchanges every Tuesday should be coming at least through this season, if not longer. So depending on your strategy and your bankroll, today's not a bad day to sell. I'm selling a couple and holding some diamonds. And that's not a bad strategy either. You don't have to do all or nothing. You don't got to say, well, I'll just hold on to everything or sell everything. You can slow sell. And I've done that for a while. I had a lot more Diamond Wild Gems. I just went in and was like, you know what? I'm going to list this guy 5,000 above market just for fun, because the market would have to go up a bit to get for base diamonds to be 45. And if they ever got to that point, I'd probably just sell my whole collection. So I say, all right, I would love to get 45,000 for all the diamonds I have. Might as well just put them up. Put them up for 24 hours. Maybe he'll sell for a slightly inflated price. Maybe he won't. And if he doesn't, that's fine, because I think they'll go up in the future anyway. But if I was desperate for some MT and said, hey, I really want to get things moving, I would just list them for what market price is, which is like 37, even 36. And let's just move one to be safe, just to kind of show, hey, if I really wanted to start liquidating some of these things, it wouldn't be too hard to do that. Other than that, when it comes to the auction house, keep your list of players. Let's see if Caruso can make me some more MT today. I've been making money on this card pretty much every day now, and I just come in, look for an Amethyst Alice Caruso. Looks like the secret's out. This one's just listed. Actually, no, it's been sitting there for a few hours. A trick, and you know, so this might be basic to some people, but for others this could be groundbreaking. Look at the timer. People list auctions in either 4 hours, 12 hours, or 24 hours. So both of these cards have been sitting up here for at least 2 hours. Say that someone listed this one, and I think my face is covering it, but it has 2 hours left. We know it's been sitting up there for at least 2 hours because the earliest he could have put it was for 4 hours. This one is at 7 hours and 54 minutes. The earliest he could have put it is at 12 hours. So both these cards are not selling immediately. We know that. So his quick sell price, you know, for a price you want to list him and he'll get bought almost right away, is below 53,000. We know that. But there's also only 2 up. And so if someone bought this 53 and then listed it for like 65, there'd only be 2 up, and the cheapest would be 65. It could get bought. You know, you're starting to think some high-level strategy there, but it's this things to keep in mind. I'm sticking with my strategy. I've gotten multiple of these guys on bid for under 40K. So I'm going to stick with my aggressive strategy. I'll bid 40 on this one. Actually, wouldn't be surprised if someone came in and bought it now at 53. It's a decent price for him. I've sold both mine at 49 and 50. So 53 is a reasonable buy it now price. But I like my strategy. That bid's not going to win it for me. I think I'm good on holding off on that. I don't need to bid again. So no Caruso today for this video, but that's one I'll definitely check back on. And let's go to Okungwu. Oneke Okungwu. He's a cool guy. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. I'm not the best at pronouncing names, and I apologize. If you're watching my video, bro, shout out, leave a chat. Much respect. And I'm looking for ones like this guy's got a bunch of Hall of Fame badges. Or any buyouts? There's no buyout. That's a cheap bid. It's going to get him bid up. I mean, he's got Legends and Hall of Fames, and he's got 11 hours left. So anything with some value here. I think maybe bidding 100 on him would be okay, but you got to think, what am I really going to sell him for? There's none up for buy now, but there's none really bid up higher than 120, 130. He would need to sell for at least 115 for me to make it worthwhile. So I could bid 100 on him, hope I win it, and then hope somebody bids it up to 115 when I list it. But that's where it gets messy. Why would someone bid it to 115 if I won it at 100? So for me, when I'm looking at this card, I'm actually looking for a good buy now. If someone just happened to list one with extra Hall of Fame badges on buy now, or I'm looking for ones like this that haven't been bid up yet. Pretty confident he'll sell for at least 90. Whoa. Calm down. I thought that was going to cap me at 100 for some reason. So if I'm like, all right, I think he'll sell at 95 quickly. And this one has a bunch of extra badges, so I'd actually be willing to bid. I would say I know I'd sell him at like 100. So I really wouldn't even bid more than like 90 on him and just hope I get a steal. So I've successfully bid on that one. That's a great one because it has extra badges. If there was one with extra badges that with current bid was under 100, I would definitely bid on it. This one right here, but it's got 11 hours left, so I don't know if I want to sit. Like instead of bidding on this now, I could just make a mental note and maybe check back in a few hours. That won't tie up my MT. Little strategies like that I like to show you guys of just how I'm working through the auction house. But overall, today is a good day to sell some wild gems. If you've been sitting on them and you want to liquidate some MT, today's definitely a good day, especially for the pink diamonds. The diamonds price is kind of stabilized. There wasn't a new exchange for them, but their price is still pretty stable for that older exchange. Diamonds might be worth holding on to because if they drop another exchange that really require diamonds, their price should spike. With that, that's the daily check-in. As usual, do your dailies. There's a couple cool weekly challenges, and of course, stay on top of your season grind. I'm grinding All-Star Team Up. I dropped a short yesterday. I was absolutely hooping with Josh Giddey. Hopefully y'all can check that out. And tap into the channel, like, subscribe. We really appreciate the support. The next subscriber will be subscriber 10. So that's huge. 10 subscribers just a few days ago. We were at 0, so I feel pretty good. Hey, I know it's a small win, but a win nonetheless. And if any of y'all want to team up, I play a lot of online games like Park and All-Star Team Up. Would love to run with some of y'all. I pass a lot, I'll tell you that. So if you can shoot, you're going to want to play with me because I'm just looking to move the rock. Keep grinding. Have a good day. Peace.